This YouTube video contains the following.
Then, are we looking at some insane ally attacks here? Similar to Maria, with the whole every third attack and keeping count of that? Do we need to also count for every 8 buffs and 16 buffs now? Isn't she similar to... Oh, hold on. They're very similar. I feel like they're very similar. I don't know if I'm more excited about the champion or the fusion token. So, today, we're gonna go talk a little bit about the new fusion that's coming out the 7th of April. So, first off, here it is. Here's some text. I'm gonna read this to you. Then we're gonna go into the champion's kit and evaluate if she's good or not. I've had a glance of her, but I haven't really looked into it a little bit. And that's what we're gonna do today and decide if we're going for her or not. Besides that, she's gonna give a fusion token. So I feel like this is a little bit of a rare thing where it's like, oh, okay, there's a fusion. Do I want her? Do I not want her? And now it's like, because the fusion token is in the mix, I'm like, I don't know if I want her, but I definitely want Newt. So there's that. That being said, here's the post. Let's read it. A mixed fusion event for Mavara the Web Diviner. Web Diviner. We're planning to launch a mixed fusion event of a new champion, Mavara the Web Diviner. I think, was it, Nobraid said Web Designer? Yeah, you can't help but not say it. I'm attaching the image with this champion skill below. You'll be notified about the start of the fusion with in-game news. Faction, Dark Elves. Rare legendary type support, affinity magic. Mavara the Web Diviner is a versatile PvP support champion suitable for both fast and go second arena teams. She is especially effective against buff heavy opponents, as she can boost your team's turn speed by 20% at the start of the battle and provide consistent healing when paired with another support buffer. She protects her allies with HP equalization, a full team perfect veil with a single target revive, while also keeping herself with an unkillable buff. Yeah, okay, so I've looked at like some other videos about like they're talking about her. I didn't like pay attention to her kit really, but one thing that people are mentioning is, I mean, was it Dark Elves? Yeah, Dark Elves, and I mean, we just had Noldra, which is a AoE reviver, support, force, so similar. So yeah, now we have her. Let's go through her kit. Strike on my mark is A1. Attacks one enemy, places a fervor buff for 2 turns on a random ally except this champion. If the randomly selected ally is already under a fervor buff, place it on another randomly selected ally. Passive effect: all allies under a fervor buff has a 50% chance of joining the attacks of other allies under a fervor buff. This champion will not join any attacks. Okay. If there are multiple champions out in the team with this skill, only one will activate. Alright. So, her A1 is kind of interesting. For the people that have... let's have a look. I think it's on Hildy here. For the people who have the Hallowed Hilt... Actually... Okay, I'm gonna mention something here. So, the hilt here, is from what I've understood and from you guys like commenting on it, the Hallowed Hilt is mostly used just as a stat stick with a 15 plus speed. Whenever the wearer heals an ally with an active skill, has a 25% chance of place the fervor buff on the ally for 1 turn. I usually run this on Donnie. I use Hallowed Hilt right now on Hilvid just for the speed boost, but I don't know. I get that people are using relics as stat sticks sometimes, but I just know that on Donnie this is freaking amazing, so I usually have this on Donnie. Now, if we would pair up Donnie with the web designer, Mavara, pun intended, stolen from Nubraids. Then are we looking at some insane ally attacks here? Okay, let's read that kit again. So put it this way: if we have it on Donnie, okay, A1 is heal, so I mean there's a chance you trigger it on someone. Gonna read the whole A1 again actually, and then let's have a think about it. Attacks one enemy. Place a fur buff for 2 turns on a random ally except this champion. If the randomly selected ally is already under fur debuff or buff, place another randomly selected ally. Passive effect: allies under a fur buff have a 50% chance of joining the attacks of other allies under fur buff. I'm gonna think about this. I feel like the chance is quite like a little bit low. If you run Mavara with Donnie and the turtles, that could be interesting, I guess. Because then it's just ally attack upon. Oh well, that's actually a good question. Will they attack double? So like, I mean, when you have a turtle and they're attacking, they're gonna attack this also. But are they gonna attack twice now if they have the fervor buff, given granted from Donnie if you have the Hallowed Hilt, and then again with Mavara? I feel like it's a little bit of niche, but I could see how that would work. And I guess that sounds a little bit cool. I just think it's a little bit awkward to pull off. And beyond that, if you don't have Donnie, if you don't have Hallowed Hilts, just her A1... I guess, man. I guess. A2. Places 25% strengthen buff and a 50% increase buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also, equalize the HP levels of all allies. The HP levels of all allies will be brought up to the level of the ally with the highest HP. So, a pretty nice heal, I assume. And that's where Hallowed Hilt comes in again, I guess. Okay. I mean, clearly PvP champion. As they mentioned in the text, and also I'm looking at the R there. Increases ally spin arena balance by 20%. So that's kind of nice. Strengthen, increase resilience. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's also nice. Book down to a 3-turn cooldown. Okay. A3, the Web's Whisper, revives an ally with 50% HP and 50% turn meter. Then place a Perfect Veil buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Also place an unkillable buff on this champion for 2 turns. These buffs will be placed even if no allies were revived. Okay, that's kind of cool. To have Perfect Veil on everyone and then have unkillable on her. Because if she would just put Perfect Veil on everyone except her, I mean... I get the unkillable, but if there was no unkillable, it's like, hey, hello, come kill me. And I'm thinking, okay, you need to build her really, really strong and like durable. But the unkillable, yeah, I guess. Then we have the passive. For every 8 buffs the enemy receives, for every 8 buffs the enemy team receives, increase the turn meter of all allies by 20%. Okay, for every 16 buffs this champion and their allies receives, heal all allies for 20% of their max HP. The first thing that comes to mind here is that similar to Maria, with the whole every 3rd attack and keeping count of that, do we need to also count for every 8 buffs and 16 buffs now? Because, I mean, not that you have too much control of it, but obviously want to sort of track it. Is the passive going to show that somehow? Is it going to be like a number like 7 out of 8 or something? That would be kind of cool, but I doubt it. By the way, I just need to... Hold on. I do need to... she resembles someone... she resembles someone from World of Warcraft. There she is. Isn't she similar to... Oh, hold on. Let me put that up as an image. Doesn't she resemble a little bit? Okay, I don't know about the jaw there. What the hell is that, a meme image? Or maybe not? Dude, that looks like she's trying to be a Shad. They're very similar. I feel like they're very similar. Right? I don't know. Yeah, with the drape and everything. Yeah. Okay. I do play more PvP now. The fervor buff could be interesting, but I also like this fervor thing. It relies on like you know, don't basically what I'm trying to say is if you're gonna play her and utilize the A1, you kind of want to have a lot of back and forth in order to sort of trigger this quite often. And some matches are just like your turn, his turn, you're dead, or vice versa. I don't know. So I mean, I don't know if that's stupid, like a stupid comment there, but I don't know how much this relies on the fight going on for a while, you know? Because you kind of want to have like fervor on like 2 champions, I'd say. 1 champion is kind of whatever. 2, cool. 3, perfect. 4, yeah. 4, I guess it doesn't work on her. So, I don't know. The resilience is kind of nice. Strengthen is kind of nice. Revive 1 ally. Okay. And then the passive thing, I guess, but you kind of want to keep track of that. And I assume you're not going to be able to keep track of that. I don't know, man. I do. Guys, if you're high on her, please let me know why. Because I personally... I mean, because... The A1 is kind of cool, but I feel like it's too awkward to pull off nicely. The A2... Yeah, the AoE heal, I guess, is kind of cool. The revive, the perfect veil. There is some sustainability there, I guess. Well, if the enemies are doing AoE, it doesn't matter. Like Marius, perfect veil is not gonna do shit. And the passive, I guess, kind of cool. I haven't really thought of how many times she plays buffs on champions. So maybe the passive will trigger all the time, maybe. So that would be kind of cool. Also, her against Solanar. Every time you heal, you deal damage instead. So if the team is picking Solanar, you definitely don't want to pick her because, I mean, then you're dead. Like you're passively dead. Right? Because if we look at Solanar here, oh my god, where is he? I think it's High Elves. Yeah, here we go. The passive, I believe, or is it? Whenever an enemy receives healing, has a 100% chance to reduce the amount of healing received to 0. This champion will receive the healing instead. I mean, yeah, so... Yeah. Dude, what the fuck? I want Solanar. Oh, god damn it. God damn it. Yeah, screw her. I want Solar. Yeah, so me personally, am I gonna go for... Oh, man. You know what? I feel like shit. Do I need to waste my resources on her? That's my first thought. Second thing is, can I afford to miss a token? A fusion token? I don't think so, man. I got champions that I want, and... I'm not buying a bunch of shards here and there, so in order for me to like nitpick the champion that I want, Newt, for example, then, I mean, can we actually go to the store? We can't? Like, why wouldn't we be able to? I wonder if it changes over and over again. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Anywho, I'll probably go for... Just for the fact that there's the fusion token. I'll try to cover the whole fusion event, like how you'll be able to get her. I gotta be a little honest. I don't know what they mean by the... Was it the mixed fusion? I don't... What the hell do they mean by this? Let's see. Yeah, a mixed fusion event. What the hell does that mean? I'm actually not sure. If you guys know, let me know in the comments, I guess. And also, are you gonna go for her? I do. If anything, I'm more I'm like fusion token. Sign me up. Her, I don't really care. Maybe I'm underselling her, and I personally, I feel like I'm I am very critical or I'm very picky with the champions because Nolja, for example, that we had. It's sim. I mean, it's Dark Elves. It's a reviver. I've played her a little bit, but without Solar, I mean, AoE revive, cool. Removing all buffs, yeah. But I have Hilvi, I have Oscar. Removing all buffs for me, that's just, I mean, it's a third champion that can do it, I guess. But for me, it's kind of like whatever. The AoE, yeah, I usually just use her for AoE revive. In my opinion, she's an AoE reviver, and that's it. Yeah, yeah, a bit strong, I guess, to put it that way. But I don't know. Yeah, she's kind of whatever. And I feel the same thing about the other one. She's more skewed PvP, so I guess it could be a little bit interesting. But yeah, I'm just talking round and around and around now. I will probably go for it just for the simple fact that it's a fusion token, and that's basically it. Guys, are you gonna go for it? Let me know in the comments. And also, am I missing something here? The whole fervor thing, the sort of argument that she might be cool because of that. I feel it's a bit of a stretch. I can see it working, but when it comes to arena and PvP, in order to line that sort of shit up, like if you have Donnie with Hallowed Hilt and her, the fact that Donnie can be banned and then doesn't work as good, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so, I don't know. Yeah. Fusion token, though. That's what I'm thinking about. Guys, let me know what you're gonna do. And if she is, like, super strong and I'm missing something, let me know. Like, yeah. Because right now, I don't know. Kind of whatever. Yeah. I put out videos every 1 to 2 to 3 days. If you guys like this sort of content, then let me know by hitting the subscribe, like, and, you know, are you gonna go for it? Let me know. And I'll see you guys next time.